Oh yeah, what's up? All right.
All right. Hey there, Celestial.
All right, Chino, let's get the show on the road. I want to watch the boys.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fortunately, Tommy has his roster. He's losing his first 3 bans, but he's got an eligible player. So Pog. All right, let me pull up the stream live now. Hey there, Celestial. What's up? I'm doing good. All right, so let me send you. Lobby's a little crowded at the moment, if you will. But let me send you the draft lol. I'm obviously gonna ping stream live right now. Twitch.tv/DuoEsports. Boom. And it's tedious, but tweeted out preferred.
What's up?
Yo, what's up? Tommy's got his squad.
Good for him.
Yep. All right. Let me send you to the draft law. Also tell one of the supports drop down. So we can get casters in here. Are you good to go, Lyric? By the way, it looks like they just want to start.
Yeah.
All right, here you two go. Oh, I sent this Dodo on accident. That's not who I want to fucking send a message to. Hold on one goddamn second.
Should I switch over?
Can you hold me the game, Shuno?
Yeah, they're just starting. We'll have to do it afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
packed. Anyways, you guys start up, have fun.
Right. You guys are live in 3, 2,
I don't care.
1.
I got it.
Cool. Okay, you guys are live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another wonderful weekend of Duo Esports action. My name is Daj BSNR, and also known as Villain in Glasses, and joining me on the cast today is Celestial Falcon. How are you doing today, Celestial? Doing all right. Excited to see what we have in store for the games today. Obviously, Ashen going to be losing a couple bans here due to the good old classic E-sub roulette. I believe they had 2, maybe 1, so they'll be losing at least 2, maybe 4. We'll just have to wait and see here, but already hopping into the draft hall here. We see the Aurelian Soulband champion is a little bit strong right now. Yeah, it's definitely a scale and win type of pick. I played a couple games, and it's certainly a champion. I can tell you that much. Not going to see Tommy 2-time on that pick, but Zaya also coming up the board is an interesting one right now. Yep. Very easy first pick there. Flexible to mid or support. Still one of the strongest picks in the game. Just point and click, explode. Champions just kind of evaporate underneath Annie's flames. Gangplank being the last ban means no scaling up in the top side for the side of Ashen, but I think they'll be happy with the Annie pick here and have a lot of flexibility in this draft. Oh. Yeah, let's see if they have like a counter pick in mind. If they're just gonna go for something like the Morgana, that's usually pretty good. That Annie is like a very, very old school type of counter pick in that lane phase, and have to wait and see what they decide on here. Last second here, they're gonna go with Sejuani, just a safe, strong jungle pick, very versatile, nothing too risque on that one. plenty of availability here, especially when you lose a full slate of bans. But probably see an 80 carry pickup here. Things like the Ezreal pretty safe into it. The Varus solid. And Misfortune is the option here. Has like that pseudo range with the Make It Rain, kind of creating that gap close, or that rather like the distance, and then the Jarvan to match the Sejuani. I really like this pick. Jarvan feels like he's incredibly strong right now. Very good early ganks, very good team fight ability, and pairs up incredibly well with the Annie and the Misfortune here. Ooh. Not the biggest fan of the Nautilus with Caitlyn. I mean, you do have CC for the trap setup, but I think you really need that range CC setup or that push. Nautilus doesn't enable you to push the lane very well, and I feel like if Annie does go in the bot lane, it's just a range into melee matchup that you don't really enjoy too much, because, I mean, if Annie just has a stun ready, Nautilus can never really hit her with a hook, in theory, but... Exactly. I mean, you're just kind of like asking for these big 5v5 team fights when you pick Nautilus, and I don't like a team that has Caitlyn really with that 5v5. Caitlyn's definitely a lot better in that pick-oriented style, whereas, Misfortune, Jarvan, Annie, you want to just deathball, you want to just run at people and kind of clump up, but a lot of top lane bans here in the second phase. We see the Irelia and the Jax going away, the Akali being a flex pick between mid lane and top, and then the Amumu as well. I guess removing that potential support pick there, because I imagine Jarvan probably going in the jungle. I mean, maybe lethality Jarvan mid lane we could see here, but
I highly doubt that. Yeah,
locked in here as a blind pick, potential flex pick again for the top lane here, but likely going into that mid lane here for the side of Bimp.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they're going to respond to that. It looks like they're going to give top lane the counter pick on the side of Bimp, and they are mulling over their choices here.
Yeah, plenty of options still available. I mean, top lane pool, pretty clear. And it's the classic Tommy two-time Azir, baby. The pick he's known for so much in this league. Definitely one of our better Azir players that you'll see in the Platinum Amateur scene. And I'm really happy to see this one. It's a good old throwback for me. Used to play with Tommy quite a bit here. And probably round out this comp either with that top lane pick here. I imagine that Annie going into that bot lane there. And so top lane, again, plenty of options. You could go tank route, you could go damage route, and it is the Pantheon. So that's a very, very aggressive pick here for the top side, and I'm excited to see what this thing can do into a lot of these tough matchups still available.
Yeah, Bimps just still have a pretty decent selection of options against the Pantheon. You could always go Jace. I feel like Set might be pretty solid. But we're gonna have to see what kind of counter pick. The Scion, I do like that as well.
The premier tank still on the board, Scion. I mean, dude gets 2 items, you can't kill him if he's not 0-6. And if he is, he's probably going to still be able to kill some towers. So,
oh yeah.
have to see what kind of Scion variant we have here. Is it the good old classic Int Scion running into towers, just trying to split push? Or is it that kind of big, beefy meatball that is just dying to get in the fray? So, really excited for this pick. I definitely like Bim's draft a lot more. It seems a lot more coherent than the side of Ashen. But, I mean, that's that variant you get in Plat Leagues. Maybe Pantheon's just 6-0 by the end of lane phase, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, very true, very true. Personally, I think early on, I kind of want to give Bimp the lead right here. But I feel like as it gets later on, I think the team fighting from Ashen might be able to close some stuff out. That's just my take, though.
Yep. It's hard to say, definitely a lot of team variants in this league. I mean, Ashen a pretty solid roster themselves here, finding themselves, in a pretty okay spot in the standings. Right in that 4th place. Definitely the big separation point. But Bimson just 1 game ahead of them. So I mean, this is obviously a huge matchup for playoff implications. Neither team probably wanting to go up against Tempo or PSB, but I mean, you're going to take the one who's in second rather than the one who's in first.
Oh, absolutely.
So But plenty of great games ahead of these guys still left in the league before that playoff spot is locked in. But watch see who gets the edge here as we head into tournament draft here, and I'm excited to see what these teams are able to do. You know, it's like a lot of variance whenever you have those rare, super aggressive top lane picks, especially. It seems like it's always top lane, you know, like you get like a cheese support, like a Jarvan support or something crazy, or Kalista support nowadays, but like it's always like the top laners that pull out the Pantheon top, or you know, Akali top, Yone top, or it's just like, yeah, they could go 10-0 or they could be 0-10, and there's no real in between.
I don't know how many people have watched LCS, but Garen made his debut back into the LCS, and
It's true.
they slaughtered FlyQuest down the side of EG.
He had a gun. What do you want to do? Like, I wouldn't want to walk around a corner with Garen with a gun.
I have no idea. Well, it worked. Everybody was baffled, but it worked.
25 range is pretty hype.
Yeah.
But regardless, just kind of getting ready for this game to begin here, and both sides vying for that third spot. I'm excited to see kind of what the early game looks like for these teams. Obviously, Jarvan, strong early game jungler, able to gank as soon as level 2. We'll see if he tries to, you know, red to mid or red to Raptors to mid kind of angle, getting Tommy some early prio against this melee lane, and you know, or if he just tries to full clear and give Sejuani the onus to get that early gank off. You know, you have that melee top laner in Sion, melee mid laner in Silas. So Sejuani, pardon me, going to be very happy with those lanes.
Yeah. I think for the bot lane, early on, Bimp is going to want to try to do as much damage as they can. But once Andy gets that is able to use the full combo, and with Misfortune and their ultimates, that combo is devastating if she lands Tibbers with the full stun. Like, you're gonna be stuck in those in that bullet time for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and that's kind of the goal we're looking for, is waiting to see how those combos are initiated. You know, if they're able to get those big wombos off, and you know, you have a lot of playmaking potential on the side of Ashen, where you have that Azir and the Jarvan combos. So we'll have to wait and see what they can do on this squad. Obviously, a couple E-subs for Ashen. Definitely, you might give the synergy edge to Bimson, the higher seeded team, and I really do like their comp, but in the end, it's just how you show up on the day. So we'll have to wait and see how these teams manage to fight it out here.
Yeah. What else can we talk about here? You think the top lane's going to be more wet noodle, or do you think it's going to be like full aggression?
I mean, you're definitely seeing Pantheon is probably going to want to force these big early fights, but Sion can kind of just ignore him, you know? Like, he's going to just try to farm. He's going to just try to tank. He's not going to probably interact too much. And we'll have to wait and see whether or not he's able to get anything out of that, you know, and able to get any value from this lane, or if he's able to just become that big, beefy meatball that, you know, we really love Sion to see. But we got about a 3-minute delay here, so we will be back afterwards as the start of the game is soon on us for the first game of the week here in Duo Esports.
All right, you guys are clear.
Okay. Need some water here real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some water too.
Yeah, same.
I did the clean carpets there when the water came in. So I cleaned the carpets in this.
All right, I'm back.
As am I. I'm just looking at Pokemon plushies right now.
I was gonna get some Evolution plushies, but I can't make any big purchases for a little bit.
I want the 57-inch Wailord plushie, but I don't have $419 to spare right now.
I was gonna get a collection of Eevee plushes that were like wearing like coats that were of the respective evolutions.
That's wonderful.
The collection would have costed around like probably $250 to $300.
Okay, but like that's worth it though. Think of how cute that would be.
Yeah, the problem is that I recently got a house and I have to wait till closing to make any other purchases, or it causes a big thing. And also, it's currently out of stock.
Tragic. I want the big Mega Rayquaza plushie they got in there,
Yeah.
but also out of stock.
Rip.
You do play-by-play, correct?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Feels bad they're using that Eclipse logo. It used to be my logo.
Hello there, Stephen Jones. What's up? Currently doing a bit of a shoutcast. I'm doing alright. How about you? Once we get into the game, I won't be able to address the chat much because we're doing it live on the DuoEsports side. So be sure to check out twitch.tv/DuoEsports as well. But in between games, I'll be able to read chat. Right now, I muted Discord real quick. So, but good to have you here. Sit back, enjoy.
Alrighty.
All right, pause at
Oh fuck.
They paused for us at 10. Okay.
I guess I'll wait until their pause is over for us to. Okay. I'm at 11 right now.
I can be at 11 in a second here.
I am at 11.
All right. So at the count of 3, we're gonna press play.
All right.
3, 2, 1, play. And now your mics will be live in. Oh, well, froze. Sorry. Your mics will be. I'm at 17.
18, 19. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
20. Yeah.
Yeah, your mics will be live in 3, 2, 1. We're live.
And welcome back, everybody, from that break as we hop into the first game of the night here on Saturday. As we have Ashen taking on Bimp for that pivotal 3rd seed here for the playoffs. Likely no one going to catch Pawn Sacrifice or Tempo up there at the top. But, you know, it's important to see how those teams right below them are doing as well. So, just a little bit of warding here early on from Jaden, and probably back and get that sweeper. But I'll have to wait and see how this goes for these early game teams. Where do you give the matchup edges to here?
So I believe early on, I kind of want to give it to Bimp. But once it hits level 6, the bot lane's going to become a lot harder.
Uh-oh. That's a big flash early from Azir blown. And in a lane against a melee champion, if they get on you now, it becomes a lot scary without that flash.
Yeah, and definitely early on, I was about to get to the mid lane. I was going to say it was probably going to be pretty scrappy. It was probably going to be better for Silas early on, as it takes a lot of mana to keep those soldiers up early on for Azir. But with that flash gone, it's going to become a lot easier for ganks. He's going to have the shuffle, but that's going to take a little bit, and if you can time that correctly, Sejuani gank is just going to annihilate that mid lane.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they've the junglers have taken an opposite pathing route. J4 going to the top side, Sejuani going to the bot. And we might... I feel like Sejuani might go for an early gank, but depending on where that placement is, I'm not quite entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where Sejuani is headed here. Seems like just going buff to buff here. Very interesting choice. Feels like maybe just trying to rush for that level 3 into play bot lane here. And Metal Sitting 2 not deciding to hook up Peanut there. Had a very easy hook, it seemed like there, but just opting to hold out on it for now. So we see the milling kind of neutralizing here. Pantheon getting those good trades across. Running Conqueror instead of Press the Attack is an interesting choice here. I think, you know, definitely gives you a longer advantage in these bigger advantage in the longer trades against the Scion, but a lot of less power early as we see Jarvan already pathing to that top side looking for a gank.
Yep, Pantheon lines right on. J4 waiting in the wings. He's going to try to knock him up here. He's going to get under tower just a little bit. The tank wasn't quite good enough for Scion. He is going to get taken down. And he's going to see what he can with the passive, but you're not going to be able to do much. An easy pickup for Ashen.
Yeah, excellent early gank there from Jarvan. And you got to expect that if you're Scion. I mean, no wards here on the top side yet. Seems like he burned his a bit earlier, so just kind of dodged that coverage there and, you know, gets punished for it as just a great path by Jarvan. Now,
Yep.
Sejuani trying to neutralize, but nothing to
See,
be had there.
yeah, that's what I was worried about, the shuffle. If they had gotten that shuffle out earlier, that would have been really good for them. There was no flash on the Azir, and bot lane's playing out somewhat as I predicted it would. A little bit of early damage from the Caitlyn.
And you know, that now it's just all about neutralizing these lane states again, because Ashen has that early advantage. That Pantheon definitely going to be able to snowball this lane a lot harder now. Opts to go with longsword boots. I'd like to see another longsword there, but more people, less results in the mid lane there.
Yeah, it looks like Sejuani's getting a little stuck on the Raptors. Well, both again are stuck on the Raptors, and Nautilus is on his way back through the river here.
And he's pressing forward, but we're not going to find much against this Nautilus, who's going to find that hook landing.
Yeah, doesn't quite fully close it out, but really good damage onto the Annie. This is going to make him think twice. However, J4 currently on the way. Nautilus is going to meet him. He is going to see him, right? And it's going to get right knocked up by the J4, and now he's forced to go through the river. Might have to flash over the wall, but the pull is going to get him decent ways across. So no one dies, but that was a bit worrisome.
A bit worrisome from Nautilus there, but I mean, the Caitlyn being full health, Nautilus being full health, they actually probably win that 3v2 here, as you're seeing the big trades across and half health on both those bot laners. So really like how the bot lane is playing here from Bimson. Going to get a solid CS lead here for themselves, as top also finding a pretty good CS lead despite the early death from Scion here. Probably going to be a good couple CS ahead. And mid lane, the one saving grace here from Ashen in the CS department, keeping a little bit ahead of that melee Silas matchup. So overall across the board, only 200 gold after that first blood in the lead is Ashen, so not much to be said about that so far. And let's see who goes for this objectives first, as I love seeing Chem Drake first, because that means we have a good opportunity to have an actual Drake on the map for the soul point.
Yep. I just want to look at here the jungle. Yes, J4 did help out with one gank. He tried for another one, didn't quite get it. So he's currently 1 and 2 for ganks, but he has fallen quite a bit behind when it comes to CS. So yes, you have that kill, you got that pickaxe, but when Sejuani backs, Sejuani's going to be pretty much at the same spot you are. Honestly, might be a bit ahead, probably going for the full clear just before backing. Yep, there Sejuani goes.
Yeah, it's about a 3 camp lead here from that Sejuani. Obviously did get most of those Scuttle Crab value as well. But, you know, Jarvan might get some more XP gains. Is the benefit of that pathing, is, you know, higher levels means higher level camps. Therefore, you get more value out of them when you do take them later. So we do see a little bit of trading still on this top side as Jarvan just passing by. Maybe probably looking for an invade here into that top side jungle. And Stevie ends up swiping out some of those Raptors to equalize disadvantages. Sejuani looking in the bot side.
Yep, they pushed up a bit far, but they caught wind. Something seemed off because of that little control ward right there, picking up the Sejuani on the way down. And is going to clear that out, but unfortunately the gank will not come through.
And that 75 gold paying dividends right away by our control wards. Please, kids, they are very important for keeping you safe in the bump of the night.
Very important.
Also, Sejuani's. Looking at you, 80 carries and top laners. I know you don't buy them. I've seen the numbers. I know.
As a support main, I feel that.
However, now just passing by mid lane, Tommy, plenty of mobility on the Azir here, not really at danger before 6 of getting caught here. And something interesting to note is no cleanses across the board here, so that Sejuani ult is going to get a lot of value should Pop Tropica find a way to actually land those. So out for those in the mid game here is Storm Zero. Let's see what Silas decides to do with that. Maybe a play around 6 with the Sejuani, I imagine.
Yep, seems to just be a little bit more of a back and forth in the mid lane. And it looks like Bimp might have a plan here. J4 might be able to screw this up just a little bit. They're going all in. Emperor's Divide. Nah, isn't going to find much. Doesn't go into the tower, and the Hex Flash over the wall is just going to be kind of pointless. But they're going to go straight for the dragon.
Yeah, I think the play there was Jaden on the Jarvan was looking for that mid lane play with the Azir wall. Saw the Nautilus in that pit there, about to flash over, and they went, all right, we're just going to walk away from this one and pretend we never saw this. Again, Team Bimson paying a lot of attention to the mid lane here. Multiple roams up from the Nautilus, multiple ganks from Sejuani, but not finding any value in Azir. About 2 waves ahead now. 69 to 57 in the CS department. Decent lead here for Tommy in the mid lane, despite blowing his flash at level 1. No punish means you're feeling pretty good on the Azir here, scaling into this mid game.
Yep, absolutely here, and he's going to be doing some decent harass in the mid lane. Still kind of wet noodle topside when the J4 is not there. Sal's getting a bit of vision and points out that jungler, so that's some pretty good information early.
Yeah, I just don't know if this Pantheon's ever going to be able to actually find value into the Scion. I mean, like you're seeing here, Scion just kind of walks at him, and what does Pantheon do? He doesn't do any damage into those armor boots, and just going to get knocked up here, take another big chunk. Scion, very happy to take those trades with his big shield now. He's got a couple health underneath him. He's got the plated steel caps. I cannot think what they're called nowadays. It's Jaden now. Going to try to alleviate some of this pressure here with the gank. And there it goes.
Yep. Show up, just run right away back to tower, and just back off because Pantheon. Oh, never mind. He didn't fully freeze it, so they're just going to collide and reset.
I mean, Scion has one of the best interactions in the game where he will shout cowards as he runs away. That's my favorite thing in the entire game.
Yeah, you tend to see it used for a running away tactic when you're not really looking too much for a fight.
Exactly, and both teams now just happy to scale. It seems like here. This is actually one of the more passive games I've ever seen in this kind of league. Excited to see what teams have in mind being this passive here, and I don't know really who I give the edge to. Obviously, you have the Pantheon, a Misfortune, a Jarvan. You're expecting more early action from the side of Ashen, so it probably does favor the side of Bimson. However, let's see how these big team fights go out, because I mean, both sides have comps who want to fight. It seems like, especially with that Scion going full tank, and so it's a lot of it's going to come down to, I think, how these 80 carries and these big carries like Azir or Silas are able to weave around these fights and get their damage out.
Yeah, absolutely. Things kind of have been pretty quiet after that first kill topside.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a slight gold lead for Bimson here, and they have that early dragon here. So, do we see what the next dragon's going to be? I forgot. It is a cloud dragon, so no cloud soul this game. So, still a threat of getting that crappy ocean soul. However, still pretty good odds to get something good like the Chem Drag or the Mountain or the Infernal. Something to fight over would be nice. Love to see that. And this Pantheon attempting to do damage to the Scion, and Scion kind of laughing in his face here as he just walks at him and gets a nice little grass proc there.
Yeah.
But just have to be a little careful of those Conqueror getting stacked up here, and Pantheon's starting to do a bit more damage here. Is Jarvan going to go for the play here? Flashes across everywhere.
Nice net flash combo from the Caitlyn, escaping away from that stun. The Cataclysm brings Caitlyn trapped into the fight, but Sejuani showing up makes this even 3v3. The bullet time does some decent damage. It's going to get the Caitlyn, but the Icicle freezes her in her place. They're going to keep smacking away with that Bola, and that's going to be all she wrote as Bimp coming out on top for a 2-1 trade.
Yeah, fantastic counter engage there from Burrow. Hits the hook onto Annie, gets the double knock up on the bot laners with a great ulti, and then a nice Glacial Prison there from the Sejuani to trap him in and create those opportunities. Caitlyn able to get some damage across despite having a Jarvan kindly planted on her face and goes down. However, again, advantages over to the side of Bimson. You like to see both kills go over to someone that isn't Nautilus, but one kill on Nautilus isn't the end of the world. As we have another pause here in this one. Seems like Peanut's mouse is dying, so unfortunate.
Yes. We'll have to see what the issue seems. Oh, it seems the ADC's mouse is dying.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. I always have the plugged in ones. I don't risk any batteries dying from my mouse.
Dude, wired only.
Wired gang.
Like that latency you're getting from that wireless mouse. Come on, Peanut. Maybe that's why he didn't dodge that hook there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But no shade to Peanut. It's a great guy overall, but is 1-1 in this lane. Did manage to pick up that kill there in the bot lane, which is really huge for him, accelerating. As you see, already has that Kraken Slayer finished, whereas Caitlyn opting for the boots upgrade. Not going to have her upgrade finished yet, so to wait and see if that's enough for this mid game here. As to be pausing. Oh, it's that classic pause delay after I'm pausing.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. So this will be a few seconds.
As get a nice animation from Pantheon there on my screen as
Yeah.
Sion just happily gonna get some scaling going here as we see how that passive's doing, already up 400 HP from that alone. So tanky already he's becoming, and Lord knows when he gets a finished item as well, he's only gonna be even worse. Is have to see what he goes for. If he goes for something like the Heart Steel or maybe the Jack Show. Feeling a little saucy, might go with something more like creative, like the was it Radiant Virtues, one of the ones where you press R and get a lot of health. And you just see the Heart Steel done on Sejuani here.
Yeah. Looks like that Herald didn't pay off whatsoever. It was stopped in the mid lane, so no plates accrued for the side of Ashen.
And not very many plates across the board as now Nautilus just kind of wandering where he pleases, not feeling much threat at all from this bot lane. As Dragon number 2 finally being looked at here by both teams here. Is your ult stolen by Silas? See what he can do with it in this coming fight here, as both squads don't want to give over this Cloud Dragon. Pantheon's in the bot lane now. He TP's down, and we're definitely going to have a fight here.
Yeah, everybody seems to be clumping around. J4 going for the jump. Isn't going to quite find it. Blast cone to safety for the Nautilus just to be safe.
I don't know how I feel about fighting over the second dragon here, especially with just being the Cloud, but it seems like both sides don't want to really give up that snowballing here, and Bimson going to try to look for a play here. Sejuani might look for the steal on the top side. 1,500 health, 1,200.
TP coming in from the Scion.
It's gone.
Dragon's already gone, but let's see what they can do with the fight. Pantheon's in the wing. Scion just jumps right to the thick of it, and so does the rest of them. The Emperor's Divide. And the Silas picks up the first kill. Second kill falls to the Caitlyn, and Bimp seems to be taking over this fight. J4 on the run isn't going to get very far. Quick kill from the Scion. A 3-kill pickup for only the second Drake of the game. I think Bimp, they take that trade every single time.
I mean, easy team fight cleanup there from the side of Bimson. I mean, Scion TP's in behind, gets such a good, flanking position on the side of Ashen, and there's not much they can do. Tommy doesn't burn his ult. You have Annie not burning her ult on anybody, so no value there, and that's just not what you want to see. You need to see some value coming out of these teams, and I think when you're Ashen, you really need to be the ones striking first. You can't be the ones getting engaged on a lot of times because you really don't have that many great tools to disengage outside of that. As your
Pantheon.
Kill on bot side.
He sees the weakness, the blood in the water of the Nautilus is going to take his prize. They're going to try to chase down the Caitlyn, but Caitlyn should... Oh, never mind. He's going to get stunned up, and the stun from the Pantheon is going to ensure a double kill in the bot lane. Silas just... He's fine, gets over the wall with a dash from the Azir, and a couple easy kills picked up from the Pantheon. Great call coming down there to the bot side.
Yeah, just like that, a lot of the gold swings kind of back in the favor. Obviously, they're going to lose that top turret first here as Sion getting a lot of free time there. Bot line getting a big chunk here. Don't know if that turret's quite going to go down. I think it should here.
It should.
Yeah, it will go down as well. But the Herald Summon top side, likely going to look to fish for a second one here. Jarvan just going to be clearing the wave over here and are going to be able to clear that out without losing a second turret here. But in the end, it's a turret exchange here, bot for top, and a couple kills going back over the side of Ashen.
And a pretty decent charge from Bimp. Herald doesn't quite clean out the tower, but is a really good chunk of damage there for later on in the game. And it looks like they're gonna respond in kind by fully stacking up in the mid lane.
Okay, but hear me out. The big value of this game is Tommy's Leandry. He's going to get so much value on the double heart steel champions here, as might be looking for another fight here in the mid lane. Peanut's caught out.
Max range grab from the anchor, and the ultimate from the Sichuan is going to ensure there's nowhere to run. The Cataclysm is going to come down with the J4, but he has to get out there first.
Oh,
Sichuan barely keeping alive by the heal. Empress Divide will push off the Caitlyn, but the rest of the team is there. The start from the Annie isn't going to quite come through because it's the Silas, not the Annie. So he's just going to throw Tibbers under the tower just to give everyone a great big hug. But Bimp coming out on top of that trade.
Silas using the Abscond Abduct to get through the Azir while not get pushed back, nearly taking Tommy down. But in the end, Tommy doesn't even have to burn his flash. It is Annie who flashes away. And a lot of trading across the board, but only in the end 1 kill for Team Bibson here on what looked like what could have been a catastrophic play for Ashen.
Yeah, Ashen, they're going to be licking their wounds. They definitely glad that they only lost 1 out of that. That should have gone really a lot worse for them. Oh, hang on here. Nautilus steals.
Yeah, Peanut, I guess, thought he wins those, but I mean, that's a Gale Force Caitlyn who's pretty significantly ahead. We got a level on you as well, and just did not respect the damage output there. Peanut doesn't even use his heal or his flash. I mean, that's just unfortunate there as mid laner's trading in the bot side here again.
Yeah, had he used his flash, he might have survived against the Caitlyn. But Nautilus being there just kind of put a big damper on that. And it was a kill secured, not a kill steal, just saying.
Heal could have been very valuable there too. I mean, just right-clicking is pretty powerful. I mean, you got the attack speed steroid of Misfortune, which I believe is one of the biggest attack speed steroids in the game, next to, like, Tristana's. And so, yeah, not quite sure what Peanut was thinking there, but, I mean, in the end, it's just a free kill for Caitlyn. Or rather Nautilus in this case, but,
yeah.
Bimson getting some more lead here now.
Kill secured.
A little over 3k ahead in this one.
With the dragon coming up soon, eyes are going to be on who will take the 3rd Drake. Seems to be an Infernal. We're going to be looking for an Infernal Soul if we get to that point. But Bimson seems to be pretty comfortable with a 3k gold lead at 18.5 minutes.
Yeah, Infernal means we're going to have some fights over these dragons here pretty shortly here, as Nautilus finding himself a good flank position here.
Flash over the wall! Silas is going to jump right in with the Emperor's Divide. He's going to not be able to use it just yet. He's currently pinned against the wall by the enemy. J4 bits. Oh wait,
actually the DC, yeah.
Yeah, DC giving the kill over.
Oh, Peanut's dead again.
Oh, he's back, and now comes the pause.
Yeah, and not a good situation here for Peanut. Bandage. He'll be going down as well here. Caught typing, trying to pause for his demo there, but unfortunately not going to be very helpful on that one. Bimson likely going to get this dragon off of this play as well, so definitely getting a really big lead here in this mid game is this composition, and I'm not too sure how Ashen's comp is going to be able to get back into this one without having just a big wombo combo pick team fight, you know, where like Azir scoops 3 people into a Jarvan ult, into an Annie ult, into the Misfortune over top, but the XP and the gold gap is getting pretty wide here, as Annie likely going to go down as well, trying to save his ADC.
Yeah, I feel like the call for the pause should have been a lot earlier. Like once,
not much you can do. You don't realize it until it's too late, usually.
Well, the Azir was there. I feel like if you're on comms, I guess it depends how ADC.
He's DC, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it was if it was like an in-game DC, then you can say it on the comms. But if it was like a full internet crash, yeah, I can understand that.
But Annie, you're just gonna get run down. Big Hearthstone proc. Oh my goodness, Scion, please.
Yeah,
One
Annie.
auto from Scion did half of Annie's HP.
Annie will get out with her life, but this should be an easy pickup with the Infernal Drake coming up. And Pantheon's gonna respond with a top lane tower.
Can we talk about Scion's Heart Shield for a second?
It
does an extra 350 damage when he auto attacks with it.
And a 69, nice.
Very cool. Very cool, very balanced. Thank Riot.
I haven't seen it much lately in pro play, but until like just a bit recently, I guess maybe people have rediscovered it.
Yeah, I got nerfed a little bit here, but I mean it's really good on champions like Scion who just stack raw health. with their passive. So Pantheon, though, fancying himself in this trade, does have that completed Eclipse, doing quite a bit of damage, but mid lane, even bigger trade here.
Yep, Azir in the back way with the Emperor's Divide. Caitlyn is going to get at a decent angle to get out, but Sejuani, on the other hand, might be able to get the kill in time. Nope. Will be shut down by the Azir. Caitlyn, at a good angle, was able to net herself away, so it's only being a 1-kill pickup for the side of Ashen.
Yeah, but you do get a lot of summoner spells out as well. Caitlyn with the flash, Jarvan exchanges his, but in the end they do lose a turret bot lane for that middle turret there as well. You like the value from Ashen there. The mid turret, very, very high value turret to lose here early on, and getting that advantage for Ashen is going to let them push up for some of this vision, hopefully find those picks they need to secure this win.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like both teams seem to be circling around for vision around the Baron. Clearing that out. And now it's only just spawned about 45 seconds ago. Normally you don't want to go straight for it unless you have a huge early advantage. And he's just going to play with her food a little bit. Not much is going to come from it.
And both teams have their own different advantages taking the Baron. Obviously, the side of Bimson able to tank her forever. Peanut
hang on.
For the 6th time.
Silas got way too close to Misfortune. Okay. And him and Kayla are going to take advantage of that situation. Pick up a kill.
Yeah, Peanut just not the best game for him here. Getting caught out quite a bit here now. 1 and 6 on that Misfortune here. And kind of solo carrying Team Bimson here with this, these picks, unfortunately.
Yeah, Peanut was really far up considering the support was pretty far away and no vision when it comes with the jungle on the side. So not really sure about that positioning there from Peanut.
Counter engage here.
Yeah, Pantheon jumps right into the fray with the ultimate. Isn't going to be able to do much because he doesn't really do much damage here.
Ooh, big
but
stun.
Annie, the stun, the damage from the rest of the team is going to do something. They are getting pretty low on both sides. No one seems to be finding a kill just yet, though.
Like Caitlyn's full HP, that was the target they went on, and I mean, that's just going to be a free dragon over here to Bimson. No, not free dragon, but the mid turret going down for Bimson as Caitlyn completely untouched that entire fight. Peanut just going to clear the wave here and likely back away, but...
Nope. Caitlyn is a sharpshooter even for turrets. That thing's going to go down.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the try from Ashen. You try to play the 4v4, someone's on the other side of the map. You got to make something happen here in response to losing your AD carry, but just not quite enough damage yet to be able to take any of these people down. Tommy's still working towards that Nashor's Tooth. It seems like second item here, and Pantheon alone isn't going to be enough there with the Luden's Echo Annie. Interesting choice here this game. I would like to have seen personally the Rylai's Rush. I think is really valuable on some of these mage supports, like we saw in Hybridinger, where you can get that CC and that slow for your team to create a lot more opportunity and space. Or even just Leandri's just to actually get the burn damage, because I mean you have double heart steel stacking Rod of Ages team, and that's a lot of HP overall.
Yeah, I'd personally prefer the Rylai's.
Yeah, Silas already at 3,000 HP himself, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely going to stack up. I agree with you on the Rylai's. I feel like that would definitely help with keeping them within the bullet time, and also helping Azir get close enough for an Emperor's Divide. But Luden's Echo, I guess, just going for some major chunkage.
I'm going to try to just get the initial damage off of the Tibbers. And I don't hate the buy, of course. It is pretty stock standard, but
yeah.
As we mentioned, Azir now finishing his second on that Nashor's Tooth, going to be able to hopefully pull out the DPS needed for his team in the team fights with Peanut being so far behind here. But I think you still need that death cap to even be able to think about 1v9ing this game, as you have double Heartsteel, double Sunfire Cape completed on the side of Bimson's tanks.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be beefy. Plus the Aegis there on the Nautilus.
Oh, Jarvan's dead.
Okay.
Oh nope.
No, yep. Now wait, hold on. Lots of jumping around here. Pantheon's gonna jump in though. J4 is already gone, so it's gonna be a lot harder to deal with that. That's that timing did not quite sync up, and Bim takes out 2. And let's see what more they can get. They're on the run.
Oh no!
The Cataclysm. You take what I can do for you, and you're dead. A triple kill to the Silas.
Yeah, Silas says anything you can do, I can do better. As the Jarvan, instead of trying to EQ out and disengage after Sejuani misses ult and everything, and decides to all in, go for the play as his team completely zoned away by the Scion, unable to get anywhere near this team fight, as those tanks are just unmovable from the side of Team Bimson, and they will secure a very easy Baron, a very easy team fight win, and well on their way to winning this pivotal matchup heading towards playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to easily grab that. They might
They might not make it back in time though, as they do use the Baron Empowered Recall to get items. They're gonna head straight for the dragon, but it doesn't seem like they will get there in time, as the Ashen Jungler is already there.
Yeah, Azir should melt this pretty quickly here, especially with that Nashor's Tooth, triple soldiers, and Ashen will secure that Infernal for themselves, so not putting this quite at soul point yet, but we'll see if they want to pick a team fight here. That ulti's almost up from the side of Sejuani here, just a couple more seconds. Has the Bishop Prison going to use it on the Pantheon?
Yep, they grab it, but the team isn't quite there just yet. It's going to be a little slow going. Maybe they're trying to lock them down, but looks like they're just going to back up for now. Nahlis might be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, the Emperor's Device is going to make sure he gets away. Nahlis isn't going to quite be able to push up because he doesn't have his team. And everybody's just going to walk away as... Are they? Hang on. They're sticking around.
Probably to get some vision here. I don't think imagine there'll be too much more fighting breaking out here as... you know, if your team bimps in, you just want to get value out of this Baron, get some wards in that jungle, and start pushing waves. You don't want to stick around for too long. Get yourselves picked off here, so...
Yeah, looks like Sion's going to go for the top side, clear out the farm. Or to clear out the jungle. He's going to try to take this blue buff away, and they're going full force with this Baron buff. Going for, like, maybe a 1-3-1 as soon as Sion finishes taking that blue buff.
When you got that Caitlyn, I like to just see you start walking up and taking some turrets. Obviously, opted for the Infinity Seconds, a lot more damage potential out of there, instead of the Rapid Fire Cannon to start hitting turrets, but we'll have to wait and see if they're able to break open this base here on this push. Like you said, the 1-3-1 value, pretty high here. Pantheon, not the greatest wave clear, and Azir being pulled into a side wave means not much wave clear in mid lane either. I mean, obviously you got the misfortune and the threat of the Annie, but I feel like if you just kind of let the minions do their job, you're going to get those turrets, as we see the mid inner falling already.
Yep,
And
do
we'll see
their
some more
job they
falls
did.
too. Top outer getting very low. Looks like about quarter HP as the minions just... Those cannon minions do so much damage to those turrets, as we see the bot inner falling, top inner getting very low, about to fall, as well as Pantheon just kind of tickles the Scion here.
Yeah, he's smacking him as much as he can, but this is Scion with 146 stacks on it, on his Heartsteel. So he's going to be pretty beefy, but Sejuani's Heartsteel.
That tanky. He only has 5,000 HP as the engage onto the Caitlyn's very good!
Good stun, good Cataclysm, but... Oh, the bullet time got canceled. And the Pantheon's going to jump into the back lines, but Bimp, they ain't going to be able to handle it. Scion left to deal with the 1v5. He's just going to ult out, though. However, that's going to be 2 down on Bimp, the jungler and the ADC. And you'll take that as Ashen for a turnaround.
I mean, yeah, but there's nothing on the map to get. You lost all 3 inner turrets. At least you don't break your base open. But, I mean, 3 inner turrets. You lose 2 players on the way out. It's unfortunate, but you get a lot of summoner spells out. Pantheon's flash down. Jarvan's flash down. And you only lose Sejuani there, basically. I mean, you get a shutdown over on the Caitlyn as well, which is nice. Caitlyn seems like they're opting for that Last Whisper instead. Not quite sure of the choice in there. I mean, you don't really have a true tank on the side of Ashen to shred with that Last Whisper. But in the end, it doesn't really matter when you're as far ahead as Ashen. Again, like you said, very happy to take anything they can get, but they need a couple more of those fights to have a chance here, and a couple more picks before the objectives come up.
Absolutely. I think they're just glad, though, to stop that Baron-empowered push, and hopefully they can clean something up in their jungle. There's a few camps that they can look for, but right now their eyes seem to be set on the mid lane.
Pushing this one forward, seeing what they can gather here, and kind of going to be starting to get set up for these next objectives here, as the timers ever closing in on D-Day, as we call it, with the Elder Dragon and the Infernal Souls and all that good stuff. So
yeah, definitely will be a while if we get to the point for an Elder Dragon, and they managed to keep it pretty even for the dragons. So even right now, this will not be a soul point. But to be on soul point at this stage would be very good for the options for Ashen. If the Baron were to come up as well, you'd have to make that trade. Oh, Andy getting caught with the anchor.
Ooh,
flashes does go wide, but they are going to be able to lock the Annie down temporarily. They just give up on the Annie. Instead, they go for the bigger fish, and that's the Azir, and then pick up Annie on the wings. Pantheon is not going to be the next option, as J4 seems to be a little bit more chewy there.
Big damage.
Oh, Silas getting caught. His team not around is going to be picked up for a kill. That's a 2-for-1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's right before the dragon.
It was still a win for Bimson. They're probably still gonna be able to pick up this dragon, but got a lot closer than it should have been. Tommy, unfortunately, ending up on that trap there in the bush. Caitlyn, again, despite her build, does so much damage here with those 2 high damage items: the Infinity Edge, the Gale Force, extra crit chance from that nearly finished Lord Dominic's Regard, and just gonna be absolutely melting those squishy targets with 0 armor at this point. I think your best bet as Ashen is hope Tommy gets that Rabadon's Death Cat finish before the next major objective fight, the Baron or the Soul Point, or the Soul itself. I don't like Jaden trying to steal here, but it's such a gamble. But
yeah, he's looking for it. He's looking. He goes
else,
in.
And,
Ooh, no, doesn't quite get it. Now it's going to lock down the J4, make sure he dies too. So Bimp loses nothing and has everything.
Yeah, no flash on the J4. And now the Baron spawning in 5 seconds, and you're not going to have a jungler for this. I think that's the one maybe you should have tried to steal, but in the end, it does just end up giving his life over for a not even soul dragon, as they will now just have to hand over the Baron for free as well.
Yep, and the Pantheon ultimate coming out from the Silas is going to ensure he gets there first regardless, just to be safe, just to make sure they aren't trying anything sneaky. And this should be picked up pretty easily. No one should step up from the side of Ashen.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an issue of not quite looking at your objective timers there and seeing, oh, Baron's up pretty soon here. Probably should focus on that one instead of the dragon here, and just a little bit unfortunate there from the side of Ashen's jungler, Jaden. Just going to give over a free set of gold and a free Baron, and now we'll see how much they can break open with this one, as Pantheon going to find himself quickly in no man's land against a Scion that is 2 levels above him, as well as the Silas, and that's just going to be a 300 stack of gold here for the side of Bimson.
Yeah, not much you can do. The rest of the team showing up late, and the J4 ultimate is going to be taken by the Silas. He might look for more. Here. It's a double cataclysm. No, he bit off a bit more than he could chew, and he picks up the kill.
Scion's alone.
Yeah, Scion is alone, does flash over the wall, but he's beefy enough to get away.
Does have to burn the flasher, had the ultimate as well to get out, but I mean, Tommy with 3 items now is going to start melting champions with that Rabadon's Death Cat completed, and God forbid he gets a Void Staff. Yeah, here becomes a real legitimate shot at 1v9ing, but flashing it, traded there in the mid lane.
That was spicy. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely you can take that trade every day if you're Nautilus.
Yeah. They seem to be posting around. They got the Baron buff, so Sion's going to usher that in on the bot side. Top side seems to already be pushing in. So, Bimp seems to be in a really good position here. They are on soul point, and the dragon will come up in 3 minutes. I wonder if they want to wait for that. Instead, they're just going to start the fight, because J4 got a little hyphy there. And my game closed. Okay, here we go.
Big ulti from the side of Annie, gonna turn this fight around. Azir trying to shut the damage as Caitlyn just diving in onto Peanut, gonna find the kill just barely as
big destruction.
Topika kills him there, and now it is a 4 versus 3 remaining on the map here, as Azir just unable to get the damage out that he needed in that team fight. As I don't know what the hell Jaden was doing there, trying to force an engage with your Azir on the other side of the map, but Azir going in now. This is the wall, unable to find the Shurima shuffle there, as well flashed by Maniac Trojan Boy. And now,
well done.
Stalling out here, waiting for this dragon in 2 minutes here. Again, nothing really to pick up here. No wipe from Ashen means the game goes on here, as Silas looking for a little bit more, but not going to be able to find it.
He sees it. He knows he's there. It looks very appetizing, but nope, going to have to let it go, especially when you have other waves to usher in.
Yeah, Team Bimson definitely taking a while to close out this one here. Still 10k gold ahead, but I mean, basically no value out of that Baron other than the gold itself. Couldn't break any towers, couldn't get any major wins in that fight alone here. So likely just going to be playing towards the soul point. Maybe another Baron here. Number 3 is the charm. I pray this doesn't go to Elder, though.
Yeah,
the old Breon classic of flipping an Elder.
Yeah, I feel like they should be close enough to where the Elder is not going to be necessary. The soul, probably. But I don't think it will reach Elder before they can close it out. However, I've seen miracles. Okay, the Bloodthirst, yeah. Caitlyn on 4 items.
Fun fact, one of the builds right now with Caitlyn is actually Bloodthirster Rush into Infinity Edge. Just
I have seen that.
Mythics. A lot of Mythics have just been ignored at ADCs because Bloodthirst actually gives more AD than the Mythics right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because he gives 55 in that huge shield, and then you run like Overheal with like Bloodline, and you just have like this 500 to 800 health shield at like level 8. That's great. As Annie's gonna be going back to the fountain.
goes for a blind into the bush, and 2
465.
shots are just going to take her right out of the game. Sejuani's going to charge in, lock one down. Cataclysm, J4, you're locked in there with them, and the Cataclysm of their own is going to ensure that they're just going to smack them all the way around.
Oh, the
A
joke!
1v1 by the Caitlyn secures a triple kill, and Silas secures the ace, and that is going to be all she wrote.
Yep, no soul, no Baron needed from Bimson. They proved me wrong. As it seemed like just getting caught out with the Annie, then Peanut gets caught himself, gets yoinked back into that Cataclysm, and then finally Tommy unable to scoop the Caitlyn, who gale forces past the wall and towards the Nexus, as now Bimson will move firmly into that 3rd place spot here in DuoEsports GPCS.
Unfortunately, it was the face check that broke the Campbell's back. Bimson just taking the opportunity and going full team fight. Meanwhile, Caleb with a 1v1 later on with the Azir ends up with a triple kill.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the damage graph. Tommy was all of his team's damage here, trying his hardest to 1v9 that one, but team just got a little bit too far behind there, and maybe that communication not quite there when you're running a couple of E-subs, unfortunately. But I mean, overall, not a bad showing from Ashton, but just a much better game played overall from Team Bimson, top to bottom.
Yep, definitely started getting that lead early on, even though it was relatively even pretty early. Once they started getting those fights, it definitely started to snowball, and they were feeling that with the tank power of the Sejuani, the Scion, and Null's fearless flashing forward with his Qs, just spelled doom for Ashen.
Mm-hmm. And with that one over, we will be taking a short break, but stay tuned as we'll be back very shortly with the second game of the night tonight. Maybe.
Oh, you guys are fine.
All right. Well, I gotta bounce real quick here, guys. But have a good night.
All right, night.
Yeah. Like,
All right, looks like we will not have Mohawk for color next game.
man, now I have to cast. Oh, brother. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, you joining, by the way?
Oh, I need an invite.
What's your IGN?
It's the same on my Discord.
I sent it, I think.
I did not get it. Did you do a K instead of a C?
Yeah. Alright, I sent you a friend request.
Alright, there it is. Got it. There we go. And we're in. Alright.
And that also means I can't watch The Boys anymore. That was weird. My phone was telling me that my stream died on Twitch, but it says I've still been up for an hour. That's weird. So we're just waiting for the teams to form, and we'll be getting into game 2 shortly, I hope. Oh, okay. They might be ready.
Yep, I got I got the draft wall. Since you got the stream side, I'll let you do the introduction stuff.
Yeah, I need to fix my microphone for all that. Ugh. Oy vey.
Yeah.
Okay, they started. Fuck. Okay. Let me. Um. 1 sec. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with game number 2 between Ashen and DB Tempo, Deep Below. I'm here, your host and play-by-play caster, Lyric, and with me I have Celestial Falcon. Celestial Falcon, say hi.
Hello, hello. I am back from game 1. How are you doing?
You know, surprise cast by me. Haven't casted in G. I haven't casted this season, I don't think, and gonna be a little rusty, but we keep on trucking. So let's start off with the bands: Jax ban, Nocturne ban, Xayah ban. Xayah ban, I think Xayah is like the strongest ADC right now, personally, in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
Xayah definitely doing a lot of work. Is Red Side Tempest, or is that
Tempo.
Tempo? It looks like they decided to ban out the Silas. Silas is definitely a strong opponent against Ashen in the last game, so they might be glad that it was taken off the table for them. And instead, they're going to opt for the Caitlyn, which also did a lot of damage to them in the last game, and that's definitely a good safe pick because, like the Xayah, Caitlyn sure packs a punch in her own way.
Yeah, of course. I think Caitlyn, again, other than Xayah, really strong ADC. I think it does have definitely very strong counters to it, be that the Varus, be that like hard CC champion that can get to her easily. And as I speak it, we do see a Varus pick. And in my experience in the matchup and how I've seen it played in the professional scene, it's definitely just a play where you play around your abilities and she outranges you, but your abilities do a lot more damage than her autos, especially in the early game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to respond with the Varus pickup with the Wukong. Wukong definitely a very strong jungler. It seems to be that Ashen is going to continue with the Pantheon, but they're going to do a little twist on the combo from last game that they had to go against. Instead of it's going to be the Caitlyn Lux, which Lux with the Caitlyn seems to be better than the Nautilus, but Nautilus still did quite a bit of work. So we'll see how this cleans up some of the scratches from last game.
So here, what Ashen did is basically by picking Caitlyn Lux, they're basically saying, okay, so realistically, if they do pick an enchant or not an enchanter, if they do pick a engaged support, we will just abuse them in laning phase. Later into the game, Lux with her 20 cooldown ultimates will cause a lot of issues, especially if they're ahead. Same with Caitlyn. However, I think with that pick, they're just trying to force something that Tempo isn't comfortable with, be it the enchanter supports.
Yeah, that's a good point there. And with the second round of bans coming through, Azir, definitely one of the champions that helped out Ashen a lot, is going to be banned off the table by the side of Tempo, along with the Gangplank. Pyke being banned out, and the final ban, we're going to have to see how they're going to respond here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not going to be using the Annie, so might as well get rid of it.
Annie's such a strong champion right now as well, especially mid lane.
Yeah, those combos really, really mess you up.
Yeah. No, and from the side of Bimson, great dodges on the Annie ults, especially on that with the Caitlyn tech.
Oh yeah, the net flash. There was quite a few of those. Very well timed, very well played. Definitely allowed them to run away with the game. Yeah.
We got the crank. Okay, so now basically when I was saying about the engaged supports, we never talked about pick supports. That is like Blitzcrank. So now
Bel'Veth
and Lux. Oh wait, where's the Bel'Veth going?
I think that's got to be a Bel'Veth either mid lane or top lane. I don't know what Pantheon's gonna do.
What I'm thinking, and now let me cook.
All right.
What I'm thinking is, you put the Bel'Veth in. You put the Bel'Veth in the jungle. You put the Sejuani mid with a Pantheon top lane, or you can put the Pantheon mid lane with a Sejuani top lane and have the Pantheon be able to rotate in between mid and top.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of flexibility there, but for the side tempo, they're going to opt for the Xerath.
Mm-hmm. So, Tempo's gone for a pick comp, obviously. They have, I think the way they win this is just by playing 4-1. Playing 4-1 with sending Fiora into a split push if she's ahead.
Yeah.
And they basically win every 4v4 if they do take it.
Yeah, Fiora into the Pantheon. Fiora definitely has the moves. Can be locked down with that stun, but that's pretty much all you got. Fiora's going to hit those criticals every time. And that's the Fiora split push is already pretty dang dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got readies going on.
Yep. We're about to get into the actual in-game champ select.
And we are about to find out just exactly what Ashen's planning for how they're going to organize their top jungle mid.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, there we go. Having to fix stuff real time, holy. But as now, again, Ashen versus Tempo. Tempo being the undefeated team in the league at this current moment. And definitely getting, like, not easy games. Like, Ashen is, if I'm not mistaken, they are in playoff contention, and they might be playing for either 5th or 4th place. But they are not a team to just be slept on. They are a very strong team. They do have very good individual players. And decent macro. Unfortunately, they did have to lose a ban because of the E-sub. And they also had to lose a ban last game because of being late plus E-subs. So who knows? Maybe this game is a lot better. Maybe they got into the mentality of, okay, we're going to lose this one ban. How do we impact the rest of the game even without having the ban? What can we manipulate from the enemy team to lessen the blow of the ban?
Yeah, it seems like they did have a couple bans that they had in mind. If these were if the Nocturne was one of the bans, then they got lucky that it wasn't picked against them. But right now we're about to find out. We know Pantheon's topside. Bel'Veth for the jungle. Looks like you did call it.
Mm-hmm. With a Sejuani mid lane. Sejuani mid, I remember that back in, I think it was season 11 or season 11, season 12, I think Faker was rocking that in solo queue.
But
yeah, no, but
that's
now
such a Faker thing to do.
We're in season 13. Let's see how it mounts. It does have a lot of single target CC. It does have a lot of pick potential as well. So we might just see it just for the pure peel and have Avid as basically that one hyper carry on the team. They do have a lot of consistent damage, and they also have a champion that once they're ahead is terrifying.
Yeah, and is it just me, or is the name for Avid definitely plays well into the Bel'Veth with the
Is that a JoJo reference?
Everything's a JoJo reference. Let's be real.
But no, when it comes to this game, I don't know. When I look at the team comps, I obviously am going to favor DB Tempo. That's not gonna get annoying. DB Tempo to actually take it all, as well as obviously the favorites, the undefeated kings of Duo at the current moment. Because the king of Duo is sheer fucking will in the top lane for PSB, which we're going to see in the last game of the day, by the way. Tempo versus PSB. But this game is not a game to be slept on. Tempo is only ahead by 1 win on PSB, which the only loss that PSB has this season was to Tempo. But any misslip and PSB is just back in it and in a tiebreaker for first place.
Yep, definitely don't want to start sleeping just yet. You're not out of the woodworks for that first place slot. Ashen, will they be the ones to take it? Not quite sure. I really do believe. I think we might be able to see an upset here. But with Tempo's comp, I feel like it's pretty straightforward, and I feel like this one goes hard. If the Caitlyn and the Lux in the bot lane do end up getting ahead, it could spell a bit of doom for them. But we'll just have to see how that shakes out.
For sure. So I think bot lane matchup, obviously Varus Blitzcrank for me takes it. Top lane matchup, Fiora. It's still a skill matchup. I still think Fiora should have a slight advantage if she plays it reactively. Jungle, if Wukong can get it's whichever jungler gets ahead first.
Yeah, I think for the bot side, it's mainly going to depend on if Blitzcrank can land those hooks, but we'll have to find out once we get into the game with after this short delay. So don't go anywhere and be sure to stay tuned.
See you then. All right, Mike's muted.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Take a quick swig.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink, because I can't be sober while casting.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Are you doing a shout or color?
Which one do you want to do?
I usually do shout.
Oh, okay, then go for it. I can do color.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Be right back.
Okie doke. All right. I hope everyone watching is having a good time. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a follow. I'm still pretty shaky on the. Sorry, I had to mute there. I forgot I wasn't mute. I'm still pretty shaky on the casting. I'm getting back into the thick of it. First time in quite a few weeks was last night, so I'm still kind of iffy. Trying to bear with that. I only do shoutcasting on the weekends when I can for DuoEsports. Be sure to check them out on twitch.tv/DuoEsports. Other than that, I mainly do solo RPG games with the occasional multiplayer depending on what's what. And also do co-op with certain people. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, YouTube. And if you can, I'd greatly appreciate if you go to Rumble. Also follow me on there. Once we get to 100 on there, I can make the switch because Twitch is a garbage platform. And so is YouTube. Rumble's kind of has some partnering mistakes, but I still agree with the free speech stuff where you should be allowed to say what you want on there. Obviously, there's some things that aren't protected, like calls to violence. Let's be real. But yes, even though they partner with people like Andrew Tate and also that Slapfest thing, which is big failure and also not up to the safety standards that it should be. Besides that, I appreciate what they're trying to do, and I like where they stand on that. Yeah, I'm sure once Andrew Tate's found killed, let's be honest, but he'll be out of the picture. So, and they'll cut him out. But that's just a long way to saying follow me on Rumble as well. So thanks, and we're gonna get into the game. I will have to mute though, or I won't be able to reach chat. So.
All right, I'm back.
All right, welcome back. It's loading now.
Yeah. Whew. Look, I sprinted.
I gotta wait. I gotta build the black bug.
Yep.
Oh, Riot, please load. Name a better duo: Riot and Broken Launchers.
Right, and not giving Acel a skin.
True.
Who else doesn't have a skin? That's been a while. Riot caring more about Valorant than League anymore.
Yeah. Gotta get those Valorant numbers up, but... Oh, why is this not... Come on! Oh my gosh. It is gonna load, right?
I'm not sure. Let me ask you now what the fuck we do about this.
Yeah.
Okay, shit's muted. Okay. Click on the time bar on the bottom.
Alright, there we go.
Okay. I'm at 10. You ready?
I am at 10,
Okay. 3, 2, 1, and pause.
11, 12, 13.
Yeah. Now you're gonna be muted in 3, 2, 1. You're muted. I need to add my mic, so
Alright, I'm unmuted?
yeah.
Nice. Alright, welcome back, everyone. We had a bit of an issue with a little bit of a spectator bug, but we're getting right into the thick of it. Brand spanking new. And it looks like Ashton's going to line up a bit on the bot side, stacking up here to see what they can get. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do the same on the side of Tempo with the Blitzcrank here. But we'll have to see what they're playing here. I guess they expected them to funnel right in, but...
Yeah, especially with the Blitzcrank.
Yeah, it looks like Tempo expecting them to expect that. A little bit of a big brain plan right there. Decided to just go for the standard 5-point, and now they probably know what's happening now.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm a big fan of fallback in 3 to going the lethal tempo hypercarry build instead of the lethality build because of the Sejuani and because of the Pantheon that you're not going to be able to necessarily one shot or do a lot of poke damage with, but with the lethal tempo build, you just go the funny little shield bow item, and then you can tank their one shots.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that played quite a bit. Actually, I've seen it played more often than the other, so definitely looking to take that particular strategy. Other than that, just seems to be everybody just farming as best they can. Sejuani doing a pretty good job harassing the Xerath out of the farm pool.
Mm-hmm. And now we're gonna see just standard poking from both sides. As we should. Realistically, Varus Blitzcrank, just wait until you miss position once, and then you're gonna get absolutely destroyed. But yeah, slowish start for Blitzcrank lane either way.
Yeah, Sejuani is really smacking it and hammering it onto that Xerath. Already to have has to pop a pot. Wukong is in the wings, but I doubt we'll want to go for anything. Probably just going to rotate up, see what they can get top side. Other than that, not expecting much except for maybe in the bot lane. Bot lane seems like it'll be the most volatile.
Yeah, as now, again. A lot of trading opportunities coming in for Tummy 2 time on the Sejuani.
Missed pull from Hertz. That would have been a really good pull for them. But nice sidestep from the Lux.
Yeah. And now, it's kind of weird to see just Sejuani with a CS lead on a Xerath. Xerath, obviously, needing to abuse the pre-level 3 before Sejuani can fully get on them. But definitely playing that a little slower. Xerath is a scaling champion, so eventually he will start throwing a lot of damage out for the side of tempo, but definitely needing to play safe until he can reach that point.
Yep, and with that harassment, the Sejuani is able to ward out and spot the Wukong early. However, it's not enough for to stop him because Wukong does end up getting the scuttle, and it's actually going for the gank here on the Sejuani. Bel'Veth already still pretty low, can't really do much to help out. They kind of just abandoned the kill onto the Sejuani after seeing the Bel'Veth.
Yeah, definitely a huge stun coming in from Xerath now. And no, Lux is in a bit of a
very
pickle.
volatile down here. Blitzcrank has to flash away, keeps it alive barely. Oh, but the first blood, the following of the auto will secure that they get the kill. Caitlyn, though, too low, can't really deal with it.
Wait,
Bars will pick one back up, but can he
Can
clean it back
he?
up with the lethal tempo? Oh, the lethal tempo definitely gives him the speed that he needs to secure a kill, but it is going to be a 2-for-2 trade overall. However, first blood did go to the side of Ashen, so they will come out on top of that trade.
Mm-hmm. Definitely just not expecting the damage coming from Varus, but whenever you have 3 Blight stacks, you have to remember it does do % HP damage. It will refresh his cooldowns, and unfortunately for Pina on the Caitlyn, definitely just mistiming everything there and not thinking that Varus could deal as much damage as he did.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that they didn't account for that, but in the end, again, they did come out on top ever so slightly. Well, maybe gold-wise, yes, but the kills did both go onto the Lux.
Mm-hmm. It works out for them because of the CS difference on the mid, plus the 2 kills going over to Lux. And Lux... Actually, no, Lux didn't even get a shutdown. All the gold went into the Varus, and that is just monstrous for the side of tempo.
Yeah, so looking back on it, even though they did get the first blood, the kills did not go into the pocket that it should have.
Mm-hmm. And now Hertz.
Ooh.
Oh,
Unfortunate. Those point blank Qs always get me too.
As now they're looking for something.
Yeah, Wukong on the chase is going to get hit with the net, so we'll be slowed. But the rest of Ashen's on the way, and with the damage already onto the Varus, he's going to be kicked out of the fight early. Wukong going to get hit,
Hertz.
but the Blitzcrank is the one that's lagging behind and will get caught for a kill for Ashen.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting hit by the Sejuani ulti, proccing that's slow, if anything. Blitzcrank couldn't get away, and that's just going to be the end of him. However, he's still here.
Sejuani in the wings. They're both really low. The lockdown. The Lux will secure it. Just 1v1 easy pickup. Sejuani in the back here will try to keep Varus busy, but the minions aren't pushed up in time, so he has to deal with the Blitzcrank on the way. Minions finally here. Xerath finally shooting in. Caitlyn will jump in to pick up a kill, but will have to force a trade as he will hit under tower. Is going to be killed. Meanwhile, in the jungle, the dragon does spawn. It was being fought by the Bel'Veth, but with the Xerath showing up, has to escape.
And now this is looking just horrible for Ashen. From a good play to a horrible play. Still being ahead in gold, of course, because of the kills that's gotten. Plus, guaranteeing and getting the shutdown on the Varus is still big. But it's still... You have to think, is it worth it?
Oh no, Bel'Veth's staying around. Why would you do that? Blitzcrank's right there. He just has to punch you there. He died to the minion!
He died to the red buff! He did a double
What? Stuck around to go after the red buff, ends up dying to it. I guess that's one way to escape death from a Blitzcrank.
Oh, but wait.
Oh, meanwhile, yeah, Fiora popping the ultimate is going to smack around, try to get those criticals. Doesn't even need all of them. Just needed one, and a good few taps from the Rapier will secure a kill.
And just Fiora now has a lead, not only a gold lead, not only a CS lead, but a kill advantage, and that is just horrible for Pantheon, especially because the lane is being frozen on the top side of the map. Pantheon can't safely CS that without dying, so we... Oh!
Oh my gosh, a nice comp for the 20. Oh, this is going to quite get it! Oh my goodness, well played. However, Velvet also has to take her lumps as well as Wukong 1v1 takes him down. In response, Lux does lock down the Blitzcrank. Varus and Blitzcrank are pretty low,
no.
but Wukong's still in the wings. Lux trying to run, is going to get caught by the trap. Pantheon joining really late. They are pretty low, so we will be able to clean this up. Caitlyn picks up one. Caitlyn picks up... Okay, Pantheon picks up the second one, and the spear will strike true through the Varus for a double kill. Ashen staying in this game.
Yeah, no, this is such a bloody game. Apparently, someone DC'd as looking like the Fiora, and now everything's back to normal. But yeah, this is looking not good for Ashen at the moment. Like, yes, you did get 3 kills on the bot side of the map, but how much did you lose? How much pressure did you lose? Top lane, mid lane, and even bot lane, because Varus did get a kill at the end of the day. He finished that Immortal Shield blow, and he is extremely ahead of this Caitlyn at this current moment.
I think still with the 3 kills and the 5 assists, plus staying even in CS, should be possible for the Caitlyn to, once she backs, we'll be able to pick up only a pickaxe. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the full item, so we'll have to suffer through that. Oh, Lux, that is a scary game that you were playing. If Blitzcrank had landed that, you were done. Excellent sidestep, though.
Yeah, now the game's getting to the point where it is looking very, very scary. Caitlyn is actually ahead in gold because she got the shutdown onto the bear. Not onto the Bears. Onto the Wukong.
Oh.
Yeah, it's looking... It's not horrible, but it is bad for the side of Ashen because of the Fiora being as ahead as she is. And the rest of the map just not having as much pariah as they do.
Yeah, luckily I don't think Fiora's too ahead. In CS, yes. Pantheon does have a couple kills. They are managing to stay relatively even in items. But with Bel'Veth and the wings coming after the Fiora, Wukong isn't there yet. Seems Blitzcrank seems to have DC'd. Is going to come right back. But Bel'Veth and Pantheon going for the 2v1.
No.
Bel'Veth, no! No! Completes it! Completes the ultimate, is going to secure the kill with the Bel'Veth, and is completely turned. Meanwhile, on the bot side, an overextension gets the Lux pulled under tower. Varus picks up a kill. And still at the top side, they just destroy the Pantheon as well. Across the map, 3 kills picked up for Tempo. Sejuani now looking for something. The ultimate secures the kill onto the Varus. Is still looking for more. Is he going to dash into the tower? Will he be able to get it? At the cost of his own life, he secures a double kill at the end push. Tempo still leading the way as Xerath is going to drop bombs. Isn't going to quite finish off the Caitlyn. Caitlyn might be able to finish off this tower, but Xerath is on the prowl.
Indeed. It was so quick. He didn't even... Oh no!
Oh no! He's using. He's got hardly any mana. Will the auto secure it? Oh my gosh, Xerath! What are you doing?
God. Mr. Shmee, no! You can't let that happen!
Oh, Peanut plays it so well after the turret kill. Just sidestepping neck headshots all around. Oh my goodness, they're keeping it even. A nice pull for the Blitzcrank, but the Pantheon responds, jumps onto the mech giant himself, and a laser beam from hell takes out the Blitzcrank.
It was just a bait this entire time, and now Tempo is looking very much in a very dangerous situation. Caitlyn having 1.2k gold ahead now. Finish her Gale Force, is looking to build her capstone IE. She is going to be shooting not just bullets, but missiles from that sniper rifle.
Oh my goodness. These ADCs are definitely getting chonked on both sides. Slight lead on the side of Ashen, but they are very happy with how this is going. Kaylin gonna pull off here as Wukong is on the prowl, but they are gonna drop the Herald, looking to get some early gold.
And good route. Definitely just for poke, but still
hang on here.
giving information around the map.
Sejuani might be in a bit of trouble, is getting surrounded here. Varus decides to come a little bit late, is still on the way, but the Q does not connect.
Oh!
A dash from the Wukong isn't going to quite get the knockup. It's going to flow right in, though. Ult from the Blitzcrank is going to ensure the kill. And now Ashen is on the run. They need to get out of there as the Xerath is going to be dropping ults. Pushes him into the waiting arms of the monkey. Varus secures another kill. And Belvest is on the run as well as 3 kills. Easily picked up for the side of Tempo.
Well, the caster's curse comes back with us finally hyping up Ashen and then just throwing the ball back into the Tempo court. As now a lot of very important kills picked up and definitely a slight advantage going now back to DB Tempo.
Yeah, Tempo definitely taking advantage of Sejuani in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even though Varus took a little bit to go there, misses the Q, and Sejuani does manage to get back to the team, the damage is already done. Sejuani is already super low, so Wukong is able to jump right into the team right after it, and Belveth, you lost the red buff. Don't even try it.
And now it's at a point where we sort of need to see Kaylin can't misposition like that. She can't be getting hooked by
speaking of misposition, and speaking of hook, a nice hook pulls him in. Wukong finishes it off. Easy pickup, and now Sejuani is also on the run.
Oh, but wait.
Oh, flash forward.
Oh.
It's going to be a stun, but it's not on the person that you wanted. The Pantheon with the shield up is going to be just fine. And nothing more is going to come of this unless they go for a full dive, which I doubt they will.
Yeah, definitely not the smartest idea. Not the smartest idea to dive Sejuani with ulti. That could be a recipe for disaster. However, Tempo just needs to play it slow and cruise forward until basically more objectives come up.
Yep, and as for objectives, Herald's going to be a little bit. And Dragon, another 3 minutes and 30 seconds there. This will be a Hex Soul, and the Hex Gates are already on the field. And Tempo is already primed up with 2 Drakes early on to go for the Soul if needed.
So, if you were on the side of not DB Tempo, but Ashen, what is your game plan? What are your thoughts going in now into this game?
Be the catcher, don't get caught. Just like what they're doing here with Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank steps up, they almost secure the kill, but just barely gets away thanks to the ultimate from the Varus.
They lose the kill.
They will get the kill, but at what cost? They're too far up to the Varus. A nice place Q. Okay, it doesn't quite connect, and that gives them right what they need to jump right back in. A flash out plus a little bit of heal from the pot will secure Pantheon to stay alive for now. Ashen coming out with the trade of a 1 for 2. They definitely got what they wanted there. It was really scary though, and I don't know if it's enough yet.
Now it's such a toss-up. It's like, who is misplaying harder? You see the Blitzcrank mispositioning, but then you see
it might be Ashen though. Ashen's second. Sejuani's staying a bit too long. Tommy 2-time is going to be run down by the Blitzcrank. Pull is going to miss, but Wukong is here. Nice ultimate from Tommy. We'll make sure that he can still run. He seems to be tanky enough to get under tower, unless Blitzcrank's Q comes back up in time.
well,
It does not. He does dash out just in time, and will stay safe. And tower bot side will fall thanks to the Fiora push against the Pantheon.
and now they just need to play it calmly. We have Dragon coming up in a minute 40. We have Baron coming up in 3 minutes. Putting pressure on the top side of the map is valuable, but they need to start looking for vision on the bottom side of the map to get that third Drake and to put in Ashen into an even worse position.
That is also true. However, Herald should be coming up soon, just before the Baron comes up. So looks like Tempo is first here. Whether either team decides to take it, we will find out. But they seem to be posting up for some vision. Oh, blind pull
Nope.
doesn't quite connect.
Unfortunate.
1 second more, and and the Lux would have walked right into that.
Yeah, no, it's just, you know, basically the one part in every competitive game where it's just we wait until either team makes a misplay or catch a pick or even just start setting up for objectives.
Yeah, Fiora not wanting to be that catch was backing, and now is actually looking to duel here against the Pantheon. He's going to jump right in. However, that's going to let the team know that he is there. They're already looping down. So they might be able to catch the Fiora before she can fully escape. Oh, the prediction from the Sejuani ultimate lands right onto the Fiora. They are going to be able to secure this kill easily. A nice shutdown going over to Ashen. But let's see what the rest of the fight happens. A nice pull from the Blitzcrank. Well, sure, another kill gets traded back. Sejuani jumps right in, but without the ultimate, ain't going to be able to stop much as the Wukong just runs right into the back line, takes out the Pantheon. And now, Varus cleans up another kill for an easy double. And with the initial Ashen play, it falls apart.
And it's, yet again, it's just, catch, don't be the ones to get caught.
Oh no. Speaking of getting caught, Lux, in the thick of it, runs right into the Metal Man himself. One laser for another, but it's not enough.
But yeah, unfortunate. Looking like it just goes from bad to worse for Ashen at the current moment.
Yeah, it seems like they were fine for the longest time, and now it's like they're slowly falling apart. Miscommunications or bad positioning. They're just not sure what's going on here, but they're going to take advantage of that. They have the tempo, and it is tempo that is taking that, and is going straight for the Herald. Going to pick that up. Shouldn't be able to have to worry about anything there. But Sejuani is going to catch Varus sleeping a little bit.
As now, Baron's going to come up in 20 seconds. Oh, but here comes
Pantheon. The cleanse ain't going to save you when you're that low. Pantheon secures a quick kill for himself, and with Bel'Veth in the wings, Fiora on the run isn't going to matter much when it's a 1v4, and they'll pick up a second kill as well to try to get something back here. And with the Baron spawning right now, this might be really good timing as Wukong is also on the bot side.
Now, yeah, definitely just trying and take this Baron now. And I think they might just get it unless we see a miracle play coming in from Blitzcrank.
Yeah, they're taking quite a bit of damage though. They're taking quite a bit of damage. The damage dealers are the ones hitting it. Oh, this ain't good. Xerath picks up the kill. They don't have the health. Oh my goodness. They secure the Baron, but at what cost? They didn't have Sejuani in the pit, who was their tank. So with Sejuani pushing them off, the damage is already done.
Sejuani's still in a bad position. They're going to ignore her for now, but still, at the very least, Ashen did take that objective off of the map. Tempo is pushing into the mid side. Now, without Ashen being able to contest, going to secure this tier 3 and just has free roam around the entire map for a couple minutes.
The call was good, but it was the person they sent to push them off that wasn't right. Because they did not have someone to soak up the damage from the Baron as it was hitting them. So Xerath sees the opportunity and just starts damaging away at the low health bar squishies, and it's just completely doomed after that. Yes, you got the Baron on 2 people. 3 people died in that.
And now, at the very least, you do secure, you do have it for your remaining members, but still, it's just, at the very least, they do stall out the game a little more.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes left on the Hex Drake, that is going to be Soul if Tempo managed to pick it up. It is desynced with the Baron, so this will be the Soul objective here, but Lux getting caught out right away. Pantheon's going to jump into the back here, but you're kind of behind the tower as Wukong is sweeping up your back line. And now Pantheon on the run as Wukong's just having a field day. Bel'Veth jumping in, but without the rest of the team to back him up, there's not really much you can do. Sejuani, you can't win that.
And yeah, it's looking pretty bad from the side of Ashen. You know, if you're PSP right now, you're definitely Ashen's biggest fans, but unfortunately for that, it's not going to be it, and we might see them go on a game on the last game of the season. This season could go straight down to the wire.
Yeah, Tempo does have to be careful here. They have a couple really low members, but they should be able to run away in time, unless Zera sticks around a bit long, and so is the Wukong. He's hidden away, but Caitlin's getting really close. You don't want to underestimate that range.
She does not have the Gale Force, though. Oh, gets out barely.
Oh, a little bit late there, Lux.
As now, Dragon's gonna be. This hole's gonna be coming up for Ashen or for Tempo here in about 30 seconds. We're going to see them maybe just force a fight into the Dragon and just try to end the game off of it.
It looks like Ashen wants to get some quick bounty from the tower, but their greed for that bounty gold is going to cost them. Caitlyn, already extremely low, is going to die, not needing the Sejuani ult. And a double kill for the Wukong. Sejuani on the run. What are you really going to do right now? Zera's trying to push them back even further. Ashen just seems to be crumbling right now, as they're making these plays that puts them in positions where they're just going to get caught out. And meanwhile, on the bot side, Fiora's just hidden away with the ultimate, is going to flash to secure it, and that was a cleanly done 1v1 there. Bel'Veth on the run there, sees the Fiora and just books it out of there.
And now just the free X-Tech Drake.
Free soul.
Which is the worst soul that you can give right now. It's a little bit strong, especially with the soul and the percent health, and even just everything involved with it. It just gives you so much ability haste and attack speed.
Oh no, Bel'Veth, what are you doing? That was a portal straight to the afterlife. What was that planning? You know they are in the jungle after taking that dragon. They have no reason to go back. And a blind pull from the Blitzcrank means Sejuani is in extreme trouble. It's going to get sniped from the side there. The burn will come from the Xerath, but the majority of that chunk damage was from the Varus. A Luxol ain't going to help you much there, as Varus is now fully engaged. He's going right into the thick of it. So is the Xerath in the front line. He's going to take quite a bit of damage, though, stepping a bit too far. Caitlyn's going to pick it up, but Varus is going to pick it right back up herself. And it is just crumbling right now, as the Tempo is pushing on the bot side with the Fiora, and everyone else is dying around the mid lane.
Yeah, no, it's looking a little over.
Almost.
Birds?
Hey, consolation prize. You get the Blitzcrank.
So now the next objective is Baron. They grab that, and I think they just be able to end. But we also have a cheeky little Elder Drake that's coming up in about 4 minutes as well. Which, if they do decide to extend the game for that long, whoever takes that Drake does get an insane amount of pressure on the map.
Yeah, the problem is here with the wave pushing in the mid lane. The inhib is down. They're going to try to stop the bleeding a little bit, but the inhib is also open on the bot side. So if you make a play for a Baron, you get called out. Tempo just starts pushing towards your base. If you go for the Baron, you're going to have to fight. This is going to be a fight around Baron most likely, since the timer on the Drake is going to be quite a while. Tempo first to get there. But I don't think Ashen can leave the base.
Now, here comes the Baron. Just simple, easy, free. Like, realistically, what do you even do from the side of Ashen? You're so far behind. No one in your team is ahead except for the Pantheon, but Pantheon as well falls behind. Caitlyn is pretty strong, but if she gets one-shot or caught by any of the members of Tempo, it's just over. Oh, Tommy.
Oh, boy. Tommy. And the pull from the Blitzcrank will seal his fate. He's going to try to run, but there's nothing much he can do. Fiora just coming from the wings, getting the Caitlyn. This might be it. As the rest of the members are stuck in the mid lane for Ashen, they're just going to get collapsed on. And it seems like with the double kill from the Fiora and more being picked up, this looks like it's going to be a full push. even top side where there's still a tower left, they're just gonna run right into the base. And this, with the Pantheon falling, it just looks like we're on the victory march. This is gonna be closing it out from the side of Tempo, securing their first place spot thus far.
Yeah, no, definitely just GG's. Not much that can be said. This game was a banger. Tempo, Ashen showing that they're not just pushovers, but still Tempo showing why they're undefeated and why they're currently sitting on that first place. But again, definitely still a banger of a game, and we are going to see you guys once the next game is ready. Remember that tonight we're actually having a longer stream because we do have the PSP versus Tempo game, which will be the decider for if we do have a tiebreaker at the end of the season or not. And yeah, definitely going to be an interesting game. Game of the week. It was posted on Daily Duo. Stick around, and we'll see you guys then. All right. We are muted.
All right, all right. Close out of that. I believe Shuno is taking over for the next couple games. Yeah, it looks like it. All right. I think I'm gonna go get some dinner.
For sure.
So thank you. And good luck with the rest of the games.
Fuck it.
Laters.
See ya.
楽しくなるために頑張ってきたのに楽しくなくて頑張るのはクソだ。